Assalamualaikum. I am Dr. Meher Fatma. I will teach you timber plants, especially the teak plant. So let's begin with this teak plant. But before starting about the teak plants, we must know about the some silent and diagnostic features of wood and why wood is important. From the immemorial, food, clothing, and shelter has been the three main important necessity of the mankind. The wood is the most familiar and most important forest product. The wood has contributed a lot of its advancement of the civilization. Today, wood is most widely used as commodity other than food and clothing. It is one of the most important, versatile and raw material for the industries. It has so many advantages over the metals. It is cheap, light, but it is heavy. It works with tools. It is a bad conductor of heat and electricity. Wood is also used in the form of thin sheets. The wood is definitely superior to metals in several aspects. Now we can see the diagnostic features of wood, that is porous wood and non-porous wood. What do you mean by porous wood? Now we can see that what is porous wood? The presence or absence of the pores and the nature and arrangement of the pores serve as a ready means of classifying of wood, that is known as porous wood. For example, angiosperm. Non-porous wood in conifers do not possess any pores. That means non-porous. The wood, in other way, we can say that the wood do not possess any pores is known as non-porous wood. For example, conifer. On the basis of the distribution of the pores, the wood may be of two types, that is ring porous and diffuse porous. Now we come to know about what is ring porous. The pores found in arranged in concentric circles, the outer and inner portions of which differ with regard to the number and size of the pores is known as ring porous. For example, ash, elm, oak, that is ring porous. Now, what is diffuse porous? The diffuse porous woods are the pores are very small and nearly of the same size and found scattered uniformly throughout the wood. That is known as diffuse porous. For example, beech, maple. So these are the diagnostic or silent features of wood, but we must know the four terminology which is very important for the wood. That is early wood, late wood, sap wood, hardwood. Now we can see what is early wood. Early wood is also known as a spring wood, which show two distinct area within each layer. In the temperate regions, every year new wood is formed in limited growing season, with the result different growth layers developed, which show two distinct areas within each layer. This is known as early wood or the spring wood. Now, what is late wood? The wood that is formed in the summer, produced in the spring, and later in season of a growth. That is known as late wood. It is also known by summer wood. Now you can see in this figure, this is the late wood. So we come to know about what is sapwood, what is hardwood. The outer region of the wood which is lighter in color is known as sapwood, and the central region of the secondary wood which is filled up with tannin or other substances which make it hard and durable is known as hardwood, or in other words we can say that in the central region tannins and some other secondary materials is filled, so that's why its color is black in color, or it's darker color than the sapwood. It looks black owing to the presence of tannins, oils, gums, resins, etc. The vessels often plug with tylosis. The function of hardwood is not the conduction of water, but it's provide mechanical support to the stem. So it is very important, or its uses is very important for us. Now we come to know about the some mechanical properties of wood. So, in which strength is very important. Strength is divisible into five parts, that is crushing strength, tensile strength, shearing strength, cross breaking strength. Now, apart from these strength, there is stiffness, toughness, hardness, and cleavability are other properties of wood. Now, one by one, we know about what is crushing strength. It is the resistance offered to the forces tend to crush the wood, that is known as crushing strength. Tensile strength, it is the resistance offered to the forces which tend to make the fibers slide past one another. That is known as shearing strength. Cross breaking strength, this is the resistance of the forces which cause the beams to break on one another. It's known as cross breaking strength. Now we come to know about what is stiffness. Stiffness, it is the measure of the ability of the wood to resist forces that tend to changes its shape. It's known as stiffness. Now what is toughness? Toughness is referred to the ability of wood to absorb a large amount of energy and so resist repeated sudden sharp blows or shock. That is known as toughness. Now what come to the hardness? What is hardness? It is the measure of the power of wood to resist abrasion and wear, that is known as hardness. Cleavability. Cleavability. It is an expression of the ease with wood can be split is known as cleavability. These are the some topics of regarding the properties of the mechanical properties of the wood. Now we come to the our topic, that is teak. So we come to know about its classification. First one is division, phanerogames, class, dicotyledons, order, Lamnials, family, Lamiaceae, species, genre, Tectona, species, Tectona grandis. In English, it is known as teak. In Hindi, it is also called as sagun. In Bengal, it is called as segun. In Marathi, it is called as sag. It is also known as Burma teak. Now come to its characteristics or what are its properties. So it is a large deciduous trees. Large deciduous trees, but the deciduous trees means the trees that leaves can fallen in every autumn season is known as deciduous trees. Distribution, its northern point to the southeast. It is found in wild Assam in India. It is in Western India. It does not beyond the mile. In central India, it attains the northernmost point in Jhansi district. From that point, its northern lines continue to southeast direction to the Mahanadi. Now it is cultivated throughout the Bengal, Assam, Sikh, northwest India. The forest reaches the largest timber in the west sides of peninsular and southwest Karnataka and North Karnataka forest. So it is in the center of the peninsula. The Godavari forests are the most dense forests and most compact and most valuable forest is found. Tea plantations have been set out in Sri Lanka, Java, or other islands, Central and North and South America. Tree producing states are in India, Rajasthan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. These all the tea producing states in India. The teak is indigenous to India, Burma, Sri Lanka, and Malaysia. It is native to India, Japan, Sumatra, and some other parts of Indonesia. Indonesia. Native to India more than 2000 years as a down with the run of old temple in southern and western India where timbers have been found in good condition. Extensive forests of teak occur in Myanmar and Thailand and some select regions of the Rangoon. So these are the characteristics. We can say that these the tea plants how can be spread all over the world. Now come to its now comes to its general characteristics. What is its general characteristics, or we can say that what is its morphological characteristics? First one is distribution. It is mainly distributed in moist and warm climate. As we know, habit is a large deciduous trees. Again, it is a type of trees that their leaves can be fall every autumn season. That is known as deciduous trees. Root system is taproot system. Stem. It is up to 30.5 meter in height with a girth of 2.4 to 4 and probable age over 200 years. Branches are pubescent. The leaf is simple, opposite, elliptic or slightly ovate, acute, acuminate at apex, cunate at base, entire margin that are with 25 to 50 centimeter long and 20 to 40 centimeter broad. The inflorescence is verticillaster type. So verticilliaster? What do you mean by verticillasters? Verticilliaster inflorescence, that type of inflorescence in which each node of the stems having developed two axillary positions opposite to each other in a form of a cymose inflorescence, that is known as verticilliaster inflorescence. Now comes the flower. Flower, the color of the flower is white in color. Panicles are large, terminal with small bracts, hermaphrodite, slightly irregular, calyx persistence, gamosepalous, 5-6 lobe, much enlarged in fruit, corolla tubular, below 5-6 lobes above. Now comes to the androecium. Androecium is number of the stamens is 5 and 6. It is epipetalous, longer than corolla. Gynoecium, that is ovary superior, 2-4 cell with one ovule in each style, are long and cylindrical. The fruit is drupe type, subglobose, somewhat four-lobed, about 1.2 centimeter in diameter, enclosed by the expanded calyx, small and surrounded by papery inflated calyxes. Now comes to the seeds. Seed is usually one or two. These all are the general morphological characteristics of the teak plants. Now comes to the its structure and utility of teak wood. It contains oil that act as the preservative of the timber. Sapwood, wide and small, hardwood have a pleasant and strong aromatic fragrance and dark golden yellow color. The timber retains its fragrance to a great age, the characteristics order being apparent whenever a fresh cut is made. The characteristic it is durable and strong wood. It is resistant to fungi, termites, and also wood rotting fungi. It is moderately hard, exceedingly durable, slow. It does not split, crack, frap, shrink, and all other shapes one season. It works easily, takes a good polish. Tyloses are quite common. The wood is greasy to touch with a characteristic smell that is rather than like that of a old leather. The teak owes its chief value to its great durability that contains a large quantity of fluid, resinous matter which fills up the pores and resists the action of water. So these are the structure and utility of teak wood. From the following characteristics, teak is very important. Very important. It's economically very important. So now comes to again topic, that is cultivation. How it is cultivated. In India, the growing states are UP, Bihar, West Bengal, and Madhya Pradesh. As we earlier told, it requires climate. It requires warm and fairly moist climate. Soil, it needs sandy soil that is deep, and also it is also moist. Sowing basically occur in the month of April to May with the spacing of 1.8 and 1.8. Propagated mainly from the seeds. Plantations are done after 50 years. Rainfall. It does not require rainfall not less than 125 centimeter a year, a dry season of 3 to 5 months. It also requires fertilizer because a deficiency of nitrogen in soil, potassium, calcium deficiencies are harmful in the seedling stage. So when it can be propagated or it can be sown, fertilizer is very important. Basically nitrogen, potassium and calcium. Crop rotation. Rotation may be more and up to 8 years, grown as a mixed forest or as a pure forest. Weeding, regular weeding is required. Now these all are the cultivated properties of the how it is cultivated in the field. Now comes to his very important topic, that is economic importance of wood. It is great demand for cabinet making as building material, railway sleepers, shipbuilding, and for various other purposes. Teaks provides us with paper pulp and other materials from the wood waste. A dye is obtained from the leaves and had a fatty oil from the seeds. The flowers are used medicinally. The timber is used for internal consumption and a small quantity is exposed to Middle East, Europe, Japan, and Australia. It is the chief railway carriage and wagon wood of India. Its wood is used in house construction, bridge building, cabinet making, boards, toys, greenhouse constructions, and piles. Its wood is used. It is also used in flooring, and it is used for making poles, beams, trusses, columns, roofs, doors, window, frame, flooring, planking, staircases, and other constructional work. That is very important. Very important. For the teak is also employed for round board of musical instrument, keys, etc., and for the different grades of plywood. On the account of its resistance to chemical, teak articles are used in chemical industries and for making laboratory benchtops suitable for making cases, wards for shipping corrosive liquids. Cases is used for storing vegetables, oils, fruits and syrups, chutneys, etc. Teak is also employed in soundboards of musical instruments, keys, and etc. for different grades of plywood. Wood waste in the form of wood shavings, sawdust is used for making chipboards, fiber boards, and plastic boards. Other uses are its teak tends to wear in the softer summer growth bands, first forming a natural and non-slip surface. The leaf of teak wood are used in making pelaki gati, where this is also known as jackfruit dumpling, where batter is poured in teak leaf and it is steamed. The use of modern cleaning compounds, oil preservatives will shorten the life of teak as it contains natural teak oil a very small distance below the white surface. The leaves of teak wood tree are used in teak is also used in making food plant by the larvae of the moths of the genus Endoclita, including Endoclita aurelia, Endoclita gemellina. These all are the importance or economic importance of the teak plant. Now we can see how it is propagated. Mainly from the seeds. Germination of the seeds involves from the pre-treatment to remove dormancy arising from the thick pericarp. The seeds are soaked in water for 12 hours and then spread to dry in sun for 12 hours. This is repeated for 10 to 14 days and then the seeds are sown in shallow germination beds of coarse paste covered by sand. The seeds then germinate after 15 to 30 days. These all are the properties before the seeds are sown or seedlings are grown in the seed beds. Now comes to its clonal propagation. Clonal propagation mainly through grafting, root stem cuttings, micropropagation and through bud grafting. Now we also know about where is the oldest and biggest teak in the world. The oldest and biggest teak is Uttarawid province. It is found in Thailand. It is more than 1500 years old. The tree is 47 centimeters tall and the circumference of the trunk is 10.23 centimeters, 10.23 meters. So it is found in the Thailand. The main exporter of the tea plants are Indonesia and Myanmar, and the main growing plantations of the country are the South America and the Central America. These all are the tea, tea growing plantations area. So I hope you can understand all about the wood and the tea plants. So thank you.